call the June 3rd, 2024 meeting of the Pitt County Board of Education to order. All board members are present. And at this time, I'm going to turn over to Benji to introduce who will be leading us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, we'd like the FFA members and their parents and advisors to come forward at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Forrest.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Yes, sir. Sorry, my apologies.
Chairman Cole, this is Shelley Armour, the advisor, FFA advisor at D.H. Conley High School. And this is Lauren Wilmot, the FFA advisor at North Pitt. And they brought some of their FFA members here this evening to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'm going to let Shelley talk for about 15 seconds, and then they're going to lead us. You're going to tell us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Forrest. Well, we're representing Pitt County Schools FFA members. We, as you know, have 5 chapters. We have grown recently thanks to the support of our Board of Education. Our newest chapter at Farmville Middle School. We also have chapters at D.H. Conley High School, Aidan Grifton High School, Farmville Central High School, and North Pitt High School. And Michael's going to explain how the Pledge of Allegiance is done. It's our FFA salute. We do it at every meeting. And
Introduce them first.
Michael, you want to introduce yourself, and then you guys introduce where you're from and your name?
Yeah, I sure can. I'm Michael Powell.
I'm Kayla Thorne. Jasmine Garcia. Rachel Rosenthal.
And I'm from Farmville Central FFA.
I'm from Farmville Central FFA. I'm from North Pitt. I'm from D.H. Conley.
All right. And how we're going to do the pledge tonight is we're going to do it the old way, the FFA way, the way they did it back in the 20s. When we were founded in 1928, they did it a little bit differently. So we're not going to have a pause when we say one nation, because back in 1920, the under God part was not written until 1950. So the way we do it is no pause. We just say one nation under God. No pause, just straight through. So if you guys are ready, I guess we can go ahead and get started. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Forrest will be leading us in the moment of silence.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Thank you, FFA members and the parents that came with them tonight. Before we have our moment of silence this evening, we definitely would like to mention 4 individuals who are very, very close to our hearts, whom we have lost since our last meeting. One of them is Caroline Lepton, a student from J.H. Rose High School. One of them is Mr. Marcus Pate's mom from South Greenville. He was an AP. His family member is his mom, Kimberly Pearson. And then an 11th grader from Farmville Central High School, Hubert Ray Johnson. And then TA from the Alpha School, Monique Hines. We want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. Let's go to prayer together.
There's one person who used to work in finance, Carol Gordon. She passed away also. She worked here a long time.
Carol Gordon. Thank you, Worth. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, what a privilege it is to come to your throne this evening under the banner of Pitt County Schools. We thank you so very much for this opportunity, as we have every month, to be able to do those things that we hopefully are pleasing in thy sight. Thank you already, O Lord, for a wonderful pledge of allegiance to the flag led by members of the FFA all across the county of Pitt. Thank you, O Lord, for all of the teachers that are involved in all of the different subject areas and program areas that we have here this evening. Thank you, O God, for teachers and staff, for the over 3,000 people that are presently involved in leading our young people, over 24,000 of them here in Pitt County Schools. Thank you, O Lord, for the citizens of Pitt County who entrust their children to us so that we might be doing those things, O Lord, to give them the opportunity to pursue their educational careers in whatever field of endeavor that they so desire. Thank you, O God, for the opportunity in a week to be able to witness graduations of so many who will be receiving their just rewards for the things that they have accomplished here in Pitt County Schools. And now we ask, O God, as we ask you to bless this occasion, that you will also bless those that have lost loved ones, Caroline Lupton, Kimberly Pearson, Hubert Ray Johnson, Monique Hines, Carol Gordon. We just asked, oh God, that you will fold your arms of love and protection around those families, that they will feel the touch of you and the love of you as they go through the next days and weeks ahead. And now, oh God, we just continue to ask your blessings upon this meeting tonight, for it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
On this time, we're going to go to our routine business. So is there a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
Second.
So it's been, I'm sorry.
James and Don.
Thank you, James and Don. It's been moved by James and seconded by Don. Do we have any discussion? Okay, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, all opposed, none. It passes 8-0. Okay, at this time, I invite Ms. Elfers to present the spotlight on teaching and learning.
Good evening, Chair Cole, board members, Dr. Linker, and those that are in attendance here and those that are watching online. Dr. Linker, I think this might be your last Monday evening board meeting. I'm not sure if that's true. There's going to be more meetings in July, of course, but I think this is your last.
Last one.
Is it your last? So I wanted to take a moment on behalf of Pitt County Schools to thank you for your years, your 11 years of service. It's so funny. I knew that superintendents were busy people, and then when I came up to central office 4 years ago, I had no idea exactly how busy a superintendent is. I've seen that phone at your ear so many times, and the late nights that you're here in your office and going to ball games and events for students. It's incredible how much time you've poured into our teachers and our students. You've always put students first. You're going to have big shoes to fill. But we know that you're going to do great things. You're going to continue to support students and all the things that you're going to do in your next chapter. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you've done for Pitt County Schools.
Thank you, Ms. Offers.
At this time, we have some great celebrations tonight. We are going to feature Pitt Pirate Robotics and the other robotics teams. We're going to invite Ann McClung and Bill McClung to come. They are our featured community partner of the month. And they're going to share some of the things that they've been doing with these students. It is incredibly remarkable what these students accomplish in a short amount of time. And we're going to ask them to kind of circle around those that are not presenting to go stand behind the board because we've got a big showing tonight.
Thank you so much.
And this time I'm going to turn it over to Ann McClung.
I have my better half Bill here with me tonight. I've been at the ECU football game. Almost had one. Baseball. Sorry. We do football concessions, so that's a slip.
It's okay. Different sports.
Good evening, I'm Bill McClung, this is Ann. Of course, we're the coaches and mentors for the Pitt County Robotics. 3 teams, Pitt Pirates Robotics, the Pirates, Pi Delta S, and of course, the Pitt Parrots. So we've got, what have we got, about 50 folks here, 50 folks normally. Brought a bunch of them with us this evening to tell you all about what we've been working on this year. We're very excited.
So we're going to kick it off and let them do what they do best.
So hello, my name is Evan. I'm the team captain for Team 2642, the Pitt Pirates this year. So all of the members here today are a part of the FIRST program. FIRST, which stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, is a global STEM program that teaches students skills typically based around robotics. Here we have Team 2642, the Pitt Pirates, as well as the Pirates and Pitt Parrots. The Pitt Pirates, which is those of us in the green shirts, are 9th through 12th graders, and there are 45 of us on our team that compete in the FRC program. The Pirates and Pitt Parrots compete in the FTC program, which is 7th through 12th graders.
Oh, is that it? I'll come over there. Yeah. All right. Next slide, Bill.
Okay, so I wanted to recognize our two FTC teams. So we do have the team Pirates and Pitt Parrots. FTC is First Technical Challenge, First Tech Challenge, and we have 14 members on our Pirates team, and it is grades 7th through 11th. And this year, during competition, they won the Motivate Award for motivating STEM in our community. And then we also were third seed Alliance captains in the robotics competitions. And then we also have the Pitt Parrots, and it's only their second year competing, so fairly new. And there are 15 members on the team, same age. And they got second place in the Think Award, and they were a finalist in the robot competition.
Okay, so FRC is the first robotics competition is what we as the high schoolers do. It is the varsity sport of the mind. And basically in January we are assigned a game where we get 6 weeks to build a robot and then go and compete with it. So many teams go into this, programming, engineering, marketing, a lot of teams go into this, and then we proceed to go to competitions. So our first one this year was at Orange County, and then we would then go and compete in Pembroke the week after. And then because we earned enough points there, overall ranking points there, we then qualified for the state tournament, which was held here in Greenville at ECU. And then because we did so well, we made it and qualified for the world tournament in Houston, Texas. So just a little brief rundown of the awards that we won this season. So the first award we won was at our Chapel Hill tournament, or in Orange County, which was the District Engineering Inspiration Award. This award automatically qualified us for the state tournament. And so the next week at Pembroke, we won the Imagery Award. So how we present ourselves to the community and promote ourselves, things like that. And then at the state tournament, we won the Engineering Inspiration Award there, which meant we could go to the world tournament to compete. And then we also were finalists, so we made it all the way to the finals matches. And we sadly didn't win, but we did get very, very close. And then it's the farthest our team has ever made it for the state tournament. And then we went on to the Engineering Inspiration Award at the World Tournament, which is a huge deal. Only 8 teams get it in the entire world. And it qualifies us to go back to the World Tournament again next year.
That's cool.
So since 2013, we have started, mentored, and assisted 131 first teams in Eastern North Carolina as well as globally. And in order to promote girls, we have multiple ways we do so. So we have the Doyen Inspirational Competition. So it's the first North Carolina off-season competition. So only females and non-binary members of different robotics teams are allowed to compete. So the males have to sit on the sidelines and watch as all the females are taking over and running the robot, driving the robot, everything. There was 2 competitions in the East and the West, and we have helped to host in 2019, 2021, 2022, and 2023. We are also First Like a Girl and First Ladies ambassadors, and that works to promote females in STEM, and we're North Carolina ambassadors for these programs.
Hello. So I will be talking about the areas of the team. So engineering, they work alongside design for the actual functioning of the robot, and engineering does the actual building process. And what design does is we make 3D models of what they want inside of a system called SolidWorks. And then after all of that is done, we hand it off to the programmers, and they work in a system called Java, where they make all the movements and everything, the way it moves back and forth, shooting, all of that. And then marketing and safety, they work very closely with each other. They develop the team brand, and they also work for safety practices, and they seek out sponsors and everything like that. And scouting, they're scouting for the robots in the pits, and they're scouting for our alliance captains. And drive team, they do all the driving and things like that, and they work alongside their alliance members. And pit crew, they maintain the robot throughout the entire competition, making sure everything is right for future practices.
So we don't just work on robots, we also do outreach events. We've done 73 outreach events total accumulating over 5,000 hours which we've served. We've reached over 80,000 attendees, and at 19 of these events, we've served over 1,000 students who are also underrepresented. 44% of our team has presented in the first camps that we run over the summer. 80% of our leaders are also a part of those underrepresented subgroups. We've hosted 2 FLLE expos, 1 FLLC tournament, and 1 FTC tournament, and 1 Doyen Inspiration tournament. We've also provided over 70,000 startup grants. Thank you. Sorry, 7,000.
Lucas.
But we're gonna let FTC go first, just to talk about the robots.
This year our game was to pick up pixels and drop them on the backboard, hang the robot from a bar, and shoot a paper airplane. So the Pitt Parrots robot this year had a Mecanum drivetrain that we used to move around. We had a claw that we used to pick up pixels, as well as an extending arm that we used to score them. We also had a hook attached to the side of the robot that we used to hang the robot on the bar. We got to the finals of our tournament, and unfortunately we lost, but we still got finalists.
For the Pitt Pirates, our robot also, similarly to the Parrots, had a Mecanum drivetrain and a claw to pick up the scoring element, an arm to extend and reach, along with a launcher to shoot an airplane.
This is our robot. It's named Arpeggio. So the robot picks up these notes using these feeder rollers and then loads them into the shooter and will shoot them into a slit in a wall. It also can
How far does it go?
Well, you better watch your drinks over there. Some of them shoot pretty hard too.
Yes. Allows us to put the circle into another hole, a hole in the wall that's not like a slit in the ceiling. This system also has hooks on it, so there's a chain in the middle of the stage, and we can climb onto it by clamping down.
There you go. Smart.
No injuries. That's good.
And so this robot uses a system called Swerve. So this robot can move in any direction while rotating in any direction. It's the fastest way you can possibly get around. And most teams use it, and it is absolutely insanely fast.
How well do we do at Worlds?
Oh, so this year we actually placed 49th in the entire world out of 3,500 active teams. And we were #1 in North Carolina.
I would say that I had the privilege of going Sunday and watching the last couple matches. Truly impressive. And Ms. McClung actually put me right down on the floor there next to the judges, and I was making sure they were being honest with the scores. I'm not, I think you guys were hosed in that last match, but it was really impressive. I mean, I think I've seen this like 8 or 9, 11 years now. Different teams compete at different places. And it's just always kind of, you get sucked in real quick when you see these things going like every which way and they can go. And you guys, it was just really, really neat to watch the time and effort. And I know you had a little like a snafu on the one day, right, Bill? And then you had to put it all back and you build it real back all together. And so really cool stuff. So just an amazing team effort that you guys all pull together, and all the community things you bring together to make this happen.
Well, this has been it's been an honor. I mean, obviously, one of the most important things this team does is talk to all the members of our community, the schools, businesses, individuals, and without that support, it simply couldn't happen. So we just want to say thank you very much for all of your support and the support of the entire community that's been so wonderful and makes it so possible for all these students. Thank you.
It's a good deal.
Can I also just, one thing is which of you are mentors? Can you raise your hand? I just want to acknowledge the mentors around the room. They pour endless amounts of hours into our children and do it voluntarily and with love. And I we couldn't thank you enough. So thank you for doing what you do, honestly. And thank you to the McClungs.
Oh yeah, that's like, on behalf of the Board of Education, we do have this certificate for you guys, since there's so many people in here. I just wanted everybody to see it. So thank you so much for everything you guys do, and it's so neat to see all the different robots every year. It's just amazing.
We do have a little something for Dr. Lincoln.
Oh.
A robot.
Tiny robot.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make who's responsible for putting the yard signs out for all the seniors?
Well, this year we had 15 seniors. Normally we do a ring and run, and we sneak around. I usually get my underclassmen and we do it, but because we had so many, when we had our senior celebration, we presented it.
That's such a nice thing to do. I mean, I was walking my dog this morning at 6:30, and I saw several in my neighborhood in the front yard where, they were being recognized. So that's a nice gesture.
We've been doing that for 6-7 years now.
Wow. Maybe this is the first year for my neighborhood that's had a big graduate. There's a lot of them though. That's
All
great.
right.
Everybody look.
All right. You gotta count. You can't smile without counting, guys.
Wayne's dead. Dead.
Dad, that works too, right?
That's my actual dad.
That's great.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you all.
This chair.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good seeing you. Guys, great work.
It's nice seeing you, Dr. Lincoln.
Good seeing you guys. Good job.
Callie Beach, our Director of Career and Technical Education, will welcome our students with HOSA and TSA.
Good evening, everybody. So we have some of our CTSOs here today, our career and technical student organizations that qualified at their state competitions to move on to nationals. So the first group we have is Aiden Grifton with Carolyn Alphen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Want to introduce our national winners. First place was Addison Hardy and Carly Rouse. It's right here. They competed in Health Career Display. And then we had Abigail Byram, who is right here, and she was second place in the Health Career Photography section. So very proud of them.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
They are in order from left to right.
We are so proud of you as a board, and on behalf of the board, we know that you have spent hours applying yourself to studies, and you're going to go a long way. And also, you're representing all the students in Pitt County, and we appreciate all the hard work that you have put in. Thank you, each one of them. Addison.
Thank you.
Carla.
Thank you.
Abigail.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where's the Nationals held?
Texas.
All right. What part? What city?
Houston.
Houston, Texas.
You should have known that.
I should have. Y'all learn how to say yeehaw.
Here, hold on. Flip yours. That's upside down. Yeah. Okay.
That's crazy.
There you go.
Thank you.
Next, we will welcome our HOSA group from J.H. Rose, and they have Miss Angie Byrne here, who is also the CTE Teacher of the Year nomination for Pitt County Schools, to announce her students.
All
There's
right.
that if you need that.
Thank you so much for having us today. We have 2 members that couldn't join us, but we had a team of 4 place third in a HOSA Bowl, and what that consists in is a pretty heated medical based quiz bowl. Like they beep in on the buzzers and everything, old school. So I have Andrew Knight Hyatt, Sanjay Terpator, and not with us today, Abraham Ahmad and Mateo Lorenzo. And then placing third in medical photography, Catherine Golland. We also, as a chapter, were awarded the Gold Star chapter for the state, and all 3 of our advisors, myself, Mrs. Alice Hyatt, and Mrs. Kendall Beasley, were all awarded Gold Star advisors as well. So, really excited, and these 5, minus the 2 that are here now, are all traveling to Texas to the International Leadership Conference to compete as well.
Congratulations.
So, very excited about that.
Since Worth spoke, I have to too. On behalf of the Pitt County Board of Education, we would like to say congratulations. We're so proud of you and continue your efforts as you travel to DC. Andrew Hyatt, congratulations. Sanjay, if I messed your name up, forgive me. Sanjay, help me out, Sanjay. Terpator, congratulations. Abraham Ahmad.
I have those 2. I'll take those 2 to the gentleman.
Thank you.
And then we have Catherine.
And Catherine. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Miss Byrne, did you want to say anything about the mission trip?
I can if you'd like.
Yeah.
And Andrew and Sanjay we're about to travel to Panama on a medical mission trip, and I'm taking 25 students and 1 parent and 4 chaperones. So super excited about that, and I think you have a little vested interest in this too, because her daughter Ava is traveling with us. So
Yeah, but it's so impressive. What
we're
you're
really
doing.
excited.
Yeah.
The company that we're working with is very on top of things. We've talked to our medical missionary physicians in Panama at the meeting the other night, and they're ready for us. So we're going to go and work hard and sweat to death on the equator for 9 days.
Thank you for everything you do pouring into the kids. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
And thank you for recognizing that. Absolutely. Okay. We'll be bookends.
3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1.
And now we have one of our middle school CTSOs, the Technology Student Association, and here we have Jason Wade here, who is their advisor to announce his students.
Good morning. Good evening. How you doing?
Good evening.
I'm just going to go through really quick. We have actually a lot of students to be recognized. We have first place, mass production, Leah Fields, Josie McAuliffe. First place in digital photography, essays on technology and medical technology, Tyler Stallings. First place in medical technology, Gwen Tiskus. First place in promotional marketing, Chloe Williams. Second place in junior solar sprint is Sonny Harrington, Colton Lundy, Anderson Watkins, and Sophia Woolard. Second place in microcontroller design is Faith Ray. Second place in forensic technology is Tyler Stallings and Gwen Tiskus. Third place in inventions and innovations, Alyssa Edwards, Leah Fields, Jake Hannum, JT Worrell, Wade Warren, and Sutton Harrington. Third place in off the grid, we have JT Worrell, Leah Fields, Josie McAuliffe, Colton Lundy, and Chloe Williams. Third place in mass production, Sonny Harrington, Colton Lundy, and JT Worrell. Third place in challenging technology issues, we have Taylor Bunch and Dalila Castanon Ramirez. Third place in digital photography, Gwen Tiskus. And third place in prepared speech, Cameron Wooten.
Good, great. Did you leave any awards for anybody else?
And we took a lot of them. This was our third year for being small chapter of the year for TSA.
Good job.
And we'll be competing June the 26th to the 30th in nationals in Orlando.
Congratulations.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leah?
She's not here. I'll take the ones that are here.
Tyler?
Are all of these going to Orlando?
We have 21 total in the chapter, and 20 are going.
That's amazing.
So I'll be flying.
You'll be busy.
I will be flying with 9 of them by myself. So pray for me.
You'll be real busy.
Especially flying these days.
Yeah.
What you can get to. Tyler's there. Yeah, Wade's. We're missing Wade's. We missed Wade. I forgot. Just give him.
Wade wasn't on the sheet.
Yeah.
I can
No.
fix him right now.
No. Just give him Sonny's.
When you snooze, you lose.
That's right. That's right.
You just put your hands on it.
Since Miss Mary spoke, I got to speak. I would say that we're proud of you as a leader
Yeah.
and and helping these kids help them achieve. But the kids, they have it in them. It just takes a special person to get it out and pull it out. And we're proud of all of them, and we hope that they have good luck in
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for all your hard work. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
You may have to do 2 lines.
We have to do 2 lines.
Yep.
We can put some tall friends in the back and some.
Come this way. We're gonna face that way in the back.
I said, if someone
Give-
could come behind.
They could stand on.
You might want to go up and
Give Mr. Forbes a box.
Just get in between them.
All right, friends. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Beach, we are so proud of our CTSOs here in Pitt County. Thank you for your leadership and helping all these wonderful kids get to these wonderful destination places. It is an education of a lifetime to go to experience those things. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for entrusting me.
Okay.
Our Director of STEM Education has several excited people with her tonight. We have 2 schools that we're going to spotlight that are North Carolina STEM Schools of Distinction. And this is Dr. Jennifer Stalls, Director of STEM Education.
Good evening. I'm so excited to share with you some of the accomplishments of a couple of our schools in the district. While all of our friends come in, I do just want to share that for STEM in Pitt County Schools, we do follow the Science, Math, and Technology Center's definition of STEM, that it's strategies that engage minds. And we believe that those 21st century skills, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity can happen in any subject, at any time, in any grade level. And so the 2 schools that we'll celebrate tonight have really done a fantastic job of aligning the work with the other things that they're already doing in their buildings to improve the systems that are in their schools. We can go to the next one. So we currently have 3 STEM schools of distinction in our district: Eastern Elementary School, Welcome Middle School, and Innovation Early College High School. Innovation Early College High School actually just graduated the first class from a STEM School of Distinction for Pitt County Schools. And these 3 are part of the 39 that are recognized in the state of North Carolina. And in order to become a STEM School of Distinction, our schools compile a digital portfolio that's submitted to DPI, aligning the work to the principles and key indicators that you see on the screen. There are over 20 that we align our work to in these 5 categories: student opportunities, classroom environment, school structures, school culture, and then our community connections. So STEM is not just happening in the classroom, but we pride ourselves in providing those extracurricular opportunities for our students both in school and out of school. And our teachers and students are able to connect with individuals in the community, whether it be industry or higher ed, frequently, but then we also bring those individuals to the building to provide opportunities to every student. So this year, we are excited to share, based on that digital portfolio of evidence and a site visit that included panel interviews and tours of the school, much deliberation, a team of their peers from across the state determined that we do meet the requirements of the indicators that you see on the screen. So the first school that I would like to recognize is CMX Middle School. And we are going to, I could talk to you for hours about all of the wonderful things that are happening in these buildings. And what's special about tonight is because CMX Middle School and Lake Forest Elementary School are now STEM Schools of Distinction, we have a complete pipeline in Pitt County Schools. So that means that students from Eastern Elementary and Lake Forest, they will have those rigorous and enriching experience K-5, and then for the students that continue into CMX Middle School, that will be a K-8 experience for those students. And a couple of the 8th graders that are here tonight, they are actually going to Innovation Early College High School next year. So we are living the dream in Pitt County Schools, and that is why we need to watch a brief video, because I could talk to you about this for hours. So we are so proud of them, and before we play the video, I do just want to say thank you to the administrators and the team of teachers, parents, students, community partners. The McClungs are a couple of those, in fact, because we just task ourselves with compiling and curating that evidence, but without their leadership, we couldn't do this. And Ms. Harris, she's one of the OGs. So she was one of the original principals to help write that rubric nearly 10 years ago. So it is wonderful to see it come full circle. So without further ado.
Welcome to CMX Middle School, where we're not just shaping students' futures, we're empowering them to create it. I'm Principal Tim Harris, and I'm thrilled to introduce you to our vibrant STEM-focused school. At CMX, our mission is clear: to empower scholars to persevere, grow, and achieve. Our vision is to create an inclusive and ever-changing learning environment where scholars are inspired to explore their full potential.
Our commitment to student achievement is resolute. Whether our students are navigating complex mathematical concepts, conducting scientific experiments, or exploring innovative technological advancements, our expectation is that they excel in every endeavor they pursue.
At CMX, we believe in embracing our diverse learning approaches that caters to the needs and interests of each individual student.
From hands-on learning opportunities to collaborative projects, we provide a dynamic learning environment that embraces critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration.
As we strive for excellence in STEM education, we also prioritize the holistic development of our students, nurturing their social-emotional skills and fostering a sense of community and belonging.
boundaries on what I thought was possible. For example, I'm on the Science Olympiad team, and I learned about forestry and nature and got second place at my regional competition. Whether it's designing robots, coding apps, or completing research projects, I am constantly challenged and inspired to reach new heights. I love being on the robotics because it helped me expand my knowledge on computer sciences, and it helped to confirm my future goals of pursuing a career in engineering.
In closing, I invite you to join us on this exciting journey of discovery and innovation at CMS Middle School. Together, let's inspire the next generation of STEM leaders and change makers.
You can also view this video on both schools' Facebook pages as well. And without further ado, we want to present CMX Middle School with their STEM School of Distinction banner. Oh, that's exciting. Do you want to do a picture?
I would love to get a picture. So we can have some friends in the back, or we could actually go around the board. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll let students stand in the front, and then we'll have parents and teachers around the board.
I'm so proud of you. Hey, it's good to see you. Hello, hello. How you doing? Good to see y'all.
Do it out just a little bit to the center, because that was crazy. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Smile big this way. And little friend, can you bring yours up just a smidgen? Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. Lois. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys good? Good to see you.
How you doing?
Oh, my bag is?
Thank you.
You okay?
Where are you going next year? ISS said somewhere?
So next we have Lake Forest Elementary School. And so with Lake Forest Elementary School, before I go to the next slide, just in case the video starts to play, I cannot say enough good things about Lake Forest Elementary School as well. And they're unique because they are our first model STEM school in Pitt County Schools. So there are different levels of distinction. All of our schools are prepared schools, and then Lake Forest did an amazing job, and they are a model STEM school of distinction. As aligning with the rubric. And what's even more special about Lake Forest is they did this in less than 10 months. Wow. They curated this evidence. They've had the practices in place for quite some time. We put the pieces together, and in less than 10 months, our amazing STEM coordinator, Miss Scurran, led the charge in getting all of these amazing teachers and parents and students and our leadership team to a place where we were ready to submit, and we got it. And they knocked it out of the park. I think perfect was the word that I heard the most, and the team continues to talk about it, even now that visited their school. and how inspiring the work is at Lake Forest Elementary School. So if you have not had a chance to visit, we would love for you to pop by there. So here is a video, and when I tell you that this is what it's like, a day in the life of Lake Forest Elementary School, this is what you can expect. Carol, you might have to go. Yep. Thank you so much.
Welcome to Lake Forest, where we are committed to building relationships with students, with community. Just like the old African proverb says, it takes a village. We are the village, and we are taking care of our students and our families.
Our mission for Lake Forest Elementary School is committed to intentionally establish high expectations that promote excellence by cultivating positive relationships for all of you. Here at Lake Forest Elementary School, we provide resources to develop students to be forward thinkers, so you will be that forward thinker, and you will be that self-advocate, and you will be that productive citizen that will impact your community.
Here at Lake Forest, we value ourselves with pride, perseverance, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence.
Just this year, we have held Title I events such as Curriculum Night, a Family Wellness Night, and Let's Do Math STEM Night. Each of these events gave families the skills to support their students at home and showcase the incredible things being done each day in our classrooms. We also invite families in during the school day for events such as Learn to Read and our quarterly awards celebrations.
So if you have not been told today that someone loves you, I'm saying that to you now. I love you with everything that I have. Every bit of my soul, I love you. And love is natural.
So please join me in congratulating Lake Forest Elementary School on being a model student. It's a really big banner. You gotta go. Keep going.
Keep going. There you go. Bigger than this.
We want your little smiley face right here.
Aww.
There you go. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Me? Right here. Look, get my sack. We'll fall off.
Look at the camera, smile. Smile.
This way. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Excellent.
Thank you.
And a special thank you to Optimum for providing Lake Forest last year with a STEM lab. So they were the ones that were responsible for a STEM lab at Lake Forest Elementary School. We could not do this without our community partners, and we hope if you're watching and you want to sponsor a STEM lab at another school, we can hook you up.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone who shared all of the positive and outstanding things as always that's going on in our school system. At this time, as of 6:15 p.m., we had no speakers that were registered for public expression, so we will not have public expression at this time. So we're going to be moving on to our consent agenda. The following items have been listed on our consent agenda for approval. Minutes from the May 6, 2024 board meeting, the May 20th, 2024 work session, and May 20th, 2024 special called meeting, an interim budget resolution for 24-25, the 23-24 audit contract, Avid membership fees, Syllogist contract extension, Reading Horizons program, the list of CEP schools, the fire station land transfer, Wintergreen Primary School drop-off lane project bid, flooring abatement contracts for EB Aycock Middle School, the personnel report for June 3rd, and minutes from the May 6, 24 closed session. Is there a motion to approve the items? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Any opposed? It passes 8-0. Okay, at this time, moving on to new business, I recognize Michael Hardy, Chief Financial Officer, who will be presenting us with requests for approval of bonuses and purchasing requests.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, you driving? Okay. So the first item, no, can you click on it? Zoom in a little bit. Oh, you are driving.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You might have to open it. Now, perfect.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, tonight, the first item I have is a summary of upcoming supplements and bonuses. The first one on this list is the advanced teaching roles. We are requesting approximately, it'll be 39 teachers that will get a $5,000 bonus, part of the state grant for advanced teacher roles. You'll see that the approximate totals, including benefits, of $258,000. The funds that are used for this particular bonus are the state PRC 22, which is advanced teaching roles, and then the date for this to be paid is the June 2024 date. The next item I have is the psychologist retention bonus. This is currently at approximately $900 at 5 teachers, bringing the total amount in the amount of $5,970, which will include your employee benefits as well. This is to be funded by the SRPRC 204 fund and will be paid in August of 2024. The next item I have is the intern supervisor stipend. You'll see that it's approximately $2,500 each. We have 4 at $2,500, bringing your approximate total at $13,267. This is the IDA PRC 118 federal fund, and this will be paid in June of 2024. The next one we have is the mentor stipends, a part of the psychologist. These are approximately $2,500, and we're requesting have 2 at $2,500, bringing the total amount for these 2 bonuses with the employer benefits of $6,634. These are also funded by the ESSER PRC 204 fund, and these will be paid in June of 2024. The last item we have is the school nutrition retention bonus. You'll see that we have a request for approximately $500 if a employee is over 4 hours. If they are less than 4 hours, they will get $300. The approximate total for this total bonus, including benefits, is currently at $75,500. This will be fully funded by the School Nutrition PRC 35 funds, which is part of their spend down plan as well. And both of these bonuses will be paid in June of 2024. If there are not any questions at this time with any of these bonuses, I would ask for these to be approved to be paid.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move that we approve those bonuses.
All right. Is there a second?
I second it.
I think I heard Kelly first. Okay, any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Passes unanimously, 8-0.
The next item I have here is a summary of purchase request. I'll just go through each one of these. The first item we have is Newzella Incorporated. We are doing a renewal of this particular software. It is a digital learning suite, which is will be at 38 sites. This is for a 2-year agreement. It's in the amount of $607,192.80, and this will be funded by ESSER PRC 181 with the remaining ESSER funds that we do have. So I'll go there actually. The next one I have is the Encore Technologies. We have put out a bid for some smart panels, 85 smart panels. The low bid was an Encore Technologies vendor, which is in the amount of $188,461.35. 43 of the 85 are going to be funded by ESSER 181 with our remaining ESSER funds, and then the remainder of those will be funded by the Title I funds. Let's see. The next item I have is the Capturing Kids' Heart. We have two components of the Capturing Kids' Heart program. The first being the actual purchase of the program itself, which is at $426,950. See, it's broken down by three funding sources: the state remediation, the ESSER 181, and then the local appropriation side. And then also you'll see down right below, a part of the Capturing Kids' Heart program, you'll have the stipends portion of the program, which is estimated cost of $140,000, which will be funded as well with the local appropriations. And then the last item I do have, did you upload the bid sheet for the Southeast? No, that's fine. The last one I have is for school nutrition services. We do have, we put out a bid for some temporary services with the for the school nutrition department. Came back with the qualifications of the various vendors that were submitted, and in pricing standpoint, that ESS Southeast was requested to be approved as the primary vendor for temporary services of school nutrition. So for each one of these, I would ask if there are not any questions that these purchases. Yes.
Go ahead, Brooke.
That first one, tell me a little bit more about that one. The first, what is it?
Newzella. Well,
yes.
The Newzella is essentially a digital learning suite, and I think we have 38. It's right at 38 sites would have access to them, and it's various disciplines. A part of some, I see North Carolina 4th grade history collection. You'll see it's a various blended learning suite.
It's our ELA textbook adoption, but it's in digital format. Yes, sir.
Got it.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Michael, when will the stipends be paid out?
The stipends will be in, those would be in, I think, September, because the trainings are in August. So they'd be in September payroll.
Okay. Because we've got to pay that money out by a certain time, right?
Which
when you talking about ESSER money?
For the stipends, we actually have those as it right now to be part of local appropriation. That way, that would run into a time constraint.
Okay.
Any other questions? Is there a motion to approve?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the purchase request.
It's moved by James. Is there a second?
Second.
Footwork. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, passes unanimously, 8-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we recognize Aaron Erickson, who will present a request to approve contract with Fred Smith Company.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So at the work session, we went over the 5 Pitt County School paving project results, and we discussed the fact that the low bid contractor had acknowledged, per state law, a problem with their bid and withdrawn. Our second place bidder was Fred Smith Company, and we have asked them, you can go to the next one, to provide a breakout of what the 5 projects were, so we could get closer to our budget, which is in the neighborhood of $1.7 million. Based on the breakout of those sites, at this time, we would seek funding approval for Farmville Central High School's bus range and the Stokes Elementary School, the majority of that parking lot, from the available funds that we currently have. And we would look at, on the three that are listed as alternates, we may bring the 2 smaller ones back to the board next summer, and then we'll hopefully roll into a future addition at that site. So.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, what's the total, okay, what amount you got that you can spend?
We're trying to be in the neighborhood of 1.7 million to match the budget adjustment.
Okay, just curiosity, would they do any better? Would HP Sug be inside Farmville Central?
The way we asked them to price them with the breakout, no, not at this time. They were assumed at this point that any one of the 3 alternates would be standalone projects. We just to give you an idea, we did estimate these 2 years ago, and with oil and diesel costs up and down, which are heavily weigh the cost of these. That's kind of what we're looking at.
Just trying to get it done a little cheaper if they would, since they were close together, add it to it. But
yeah.
I make a motion we approve.
I'll second the motion.
So it's moved by Dawn, seconded by Mary. Any questions? Not any questions, any discussion, sorry. All right, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Passes unanimously 8-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, at this time, I recognize Emma Hodson, our board attorney, to present the new policy on emergency use of naloxone for the first reading.
Thank you, Chair Cole. Before you all is a copy of the draft policy. It would be a new policy for us, authorizing the emergency use of naloxone in our schools, really just another part of a first aid kit to respond to an emergency. Our nurses would provide training to first responders and other key staff. They are themselves trained in the deployment of naloxone or Narcan. And then we would, to the extent we can obtain it, we do not guarantee that we will have it. We do not guarantee that it will be available in an emergency, but nonetheless, to the extent that we can procure it, it would be in our schools, potentially deployable in the event of an emergency, but again, no guarantees.
Is there any questions?
Go review again about what you're referring to by no guarantees. I mean,
We don't want to, but just like in AED, we have AEDs in our schools. We have them there for emergency use, but we do not promise that they will be immediately available in the event of an emergency.
Okay.
Yes. But we do understand this is a good thing to have. We are trying to stock up and have those in our schools. So I want to be clear, we are planning to stock it. We just do not always guarantee it will be available in the event of an emergency.
Correct.
Okay, so we will place the policy on the agenda for the June 26th special call meeting for a second reading and approval. If anyone needs to give any comments, please feel free to contact Emma. At this time, we're going to take Dr. Linker.
You get right.
Oh.
Just wanted to have a quick budget discussion on where we are. You want to pull it up?
I'll get it.
Thanks.
Oh, there he goes.
Just to remind the board what we turned in with the county commissioners, the discussions we had. I know tomorrow night the county commissioners will have their budget hearing. At this point, you can see there on that slide, our request was a little over $6.3 million between the items listed there. We'll go through them briefly. The fixed costs for what we expect salary increases to be, facility increases for Aaron Erickson's department, and the new money requests that we've been discussing off and on for the last several months. So at this point, we do expect about $2.5 million, which is about a 5% increase from our county commissioners, which is about where everybody in the county is going to be. So we feel like we're being treated completely fairly and appropriately and everything else. So that's not what this discussion is about, but just so we know where we are. So there we go. You can see just our fixed cost increases a little over $1.2 million, where we expect that to be with our certified salaries, our classified salaries, and the benefits that go along with that. Okay, so that's 1.2 million. And then I'm not going to go through the next slide, but you can see the increase that Mr. Erickson had shared with you off and on really for the last, to be honest, for years. We've never truly been able to get that number we need. You step back one?
Oh, you want some?
There you go. So you see the different items there. He's been through that. He shared that with the county commissioners as well. So you can see the need there is over $2 million. And then on the next slide, you can see where we're looking at trying to expand. And some of this is related to what we saw with our ESSER funds. If you look at our nursing positions, we saw the value of having those there, and this board has supported those, our nursing positions. Also, our nurse extender positions are rolled into all this, okay? They're taken care of. So the counselors, social workers, this is the exact budget request that we have. Now there you see the additional ESL teacher positions. We've actually funded one already. That number is actually, the request is actually a third less. So instead of 270,000, it's 180,000. Then working with Corey Rankin today in the last several months, looking at where in the process he has shared for our whole technology department. We've shared the increase in computers and things like in our technology world. Mr. Rankin has also shared that with at our last meeting with the county commissioners. So they see the value and what we need there as well. So just so the board understands that obviously 2.5 million is not 6.3 million. So we have to make some things there. And I'm not asking you to make decisions tonight. You need to be thinking about this. We'll come back to our work session. We got some big things we're gonna have to do. Some which I think maybe we dip into some fund balances, one-time funds, specifically to get Aaron Erickson's department where he needs to get going in the right direction, get us some places where we need to be. So those are things we're putting together, but just wanted to refresh you that the county commissioner should be voting on this tomorrow, I'm assuming. So at least we'll know where we are at our work session, and may have a special called meeting as part of that. Mainly because if we look at our nurses, I mean, the contracts are running out for some of them. We've been able to push those contracts with ESSER funds through the end of September, but we'd like to get all of our nurses locked up where we need them to be. And like now, out of those nursing positions, that's 10 positions. 2 of those are actually vacant. So if we have to, we have a little bit of playroom there, a couple $100,000. We can say, okay, maybe we need to get some technology people. Okay, so those are the sort of things without having to let anybody go. This is still leaving us in be able to hire additional people, but keeping the nurses on board that we actually have employed with us now in our partnership with ECU Health. And the ESL positions, we'll keep working with our team and with the State Department, who should be funding these positions and letting them see the increase we're having. And first of all, great job to Hannah Butler, thank you. Excuse me there, Hannah, I apologize, Miss Butler. Hannah Butler for being so creative and working this out to actually solving one of the problems for us. So we're still going to try to get a few more positions for her, but we'll work with Hannah and the other curriculum leads to see what we can do there. So what kind of questions do you have about this? Well, again, we don't need to solve this now. I need you thinking about this because we're going to have some real discussion and decisions to make in 2 weeks.
My only thing, Madam Chair, is that it sounds like, Dr. Linker, you have got some innovative ways to be able to present to us at our next meeting or workshop how we can figure to do all of this.
Pitt County Schools is a people business.
There
right?
you go.
We're people heavy. We need people, right? And that's what we're looking at.
That ought to be our new theme.
People business.
People business.
So, anyway, just wanted to share that with the board. Any other questions? Any thoughts?
All right, thank you. Okay, at this time we'll have closing comments, so we'll start with Dr. Linker.
First, I just wanted to start with Lake Forest and EPS. What I saw at Lake Forest, Dr. Stalls was not joking. They truly had the perfect evaluation. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. What Lake Forest put together was, and it really started with the team coming together, but Optimum coming in, the partnership in our community, bringing that together for that school to go and put that out there. We now have 5 STEM schools of distinction. In addition to the EPS we got last month as well. So I think we're actually leading, without a doubt, we're leading the East in the number of STEM schools of distinction for any district. There's only now 39 plus our new 2 are 41. So we've got 5 of 41 schools in the state of North Carolina. So excellent, great work by them. Just real proud of what we've done with our STEM schools of distinction. And then, Ms. Harrington, would you come up for just a minute, please? She's not going to talk about nurses or social workers. I know she'd like to. But this is Karen's last board meeting, and she's leaving at the end of this month. We're certainly happy for her, but sad to see her go. She's been a great support for me. As I've told other people, she's made me a better superintendent, making me look at all things from different angles. I certainly appreciate everything Karen has done, and we're certainly going to miss what Ms. Harrington has brought to Pitt County Schools. So thank you, Karen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Benji, we're going to start with you tonight.
Okay. Don't have a lot to say tonight, Madam Chair, other than I think that we have, other than,
1 minute.
Don't let him fool.
other than to say that to our PR team, thank you for a job exceedingly well done. And as Dr. Linker said, I don't think it could be said any better. We are in the people business. And we have over 3,000 staff, other employees here, teachers, administrators, and everything else. And I think that the public can see that this evening we are doing everything that we can to make sure that nobody it gets left out, that everybody is included, and that these programs are important and vital. All of them come together to make our students the award winners that we saw tonight. Dr. Laster, all of those CTE winners and the robotics program that we have and the STEM program that we have is just a culmination of how our students are coming together and developing the leadership skills and the career skills that they need to be the future of our county and our state and our nation. So I'm just really, really tickled and pleased with that, with the administration. Karen, we're going to miss you. We thank you for a job exceedingly well done as well. Dr. Linker and your administrative team, you put together a fabulous team. And again, when you bring that last little report to us, we know you're going to figure out with your administrative team an innovative way that we can get all of that funded. And we thank you very much.
Oh, wow. I may not show up to the next work session.
Thank you, Benji. Mary?
I would just like to echo some of the things that Benji said, but in saying this, I would like to say I watched the students tonight, and you could see their faces. The first group was real nervous, and I stood there and I talked with them. And when they came in, I gave them a little pinky up, and they gave me the pinky up back. So it was good to know that our children are just so eager to be here to just, just do a highlight and show us what they are all about. And we had a group of so many, and we're so proud of them to be here in Pitt County Schools. And I see your program, see the program that you all are working on, Dr. Roach and Dr. Lassiter. I love it. I love it. I want to say, too, that I'm excited about the graduations coming up. The fact that I'm going to spend lots of time with you all the next few days. And I would like to say to Ms. Harrington that I haven't known a long time, but I've known of her. I'm proud of you. Congratulations to you. And Dr. Linker, you came after I left. But it's nice to have spent these last few months with you. Congratulations to you, and enjoy your retirement.
James?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you all for your prayers and concerns shown towards me. My little stint in the hospital, I'm back, I'm better, I'm stronger, and I'm wiser. I did exactly what my family and church told me to do. I took a whole week off and did nothing. And so I really needed that rest. Congratulations to all that are graduating, that have already graduated and are graduating this week, to all the families that are going to be celebrating together with them. We're looking for great graduations, and we really want to thank all of those congratulate all of those who received recognition on tonight, and especially to the Pirate Robotics. I wish I could have been there with Dr. Lincoln to see all of that. It is great what we have going on in Pitt County Schools, and to Dr. Lincoln, we thank you for all that you've done since I've been on the board, and to Karen, who, I don't know, did we accept your resignation? You're retired. Did we? I never accepted that you're retired. Well, we thank you for all you've done, Karen. We really thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Don?
And once again, congratulations to all our graduates, to our 10-month employees and our students. I know you're looking forward to the summer. Enjoy yourself, because middle of August comes sooner than you think. There's a lot of good things that are going on in Pitt County schools, a lot of things that our students can be involved in, and you've seen some of those things tonight, from FFA to robotics to the STEM programs, our CTE, all of the other CTA programs, our athletics. Congratulations to South Central baseball team on a great year. They finished as Eastern champions. Unfortunately, lost the state championship, but they had a great year. And to our retirees, Beth, I'm glad you mentioned Dr. Linker. I was afraid he was not going to be mentioned tonight, but I was going to do it, so you pulled that hat out. But Dr. Linker and Karen, y'all have done a great job here for Pitt County schools and students, and I've been around a long time with different superintendents and different people at the central office level, and y'all are two of the best I've ever worked with. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Jennifer? Okay. Just wanted to thank all the administrators for supporting our kids through the EOGs and the EOC exams. And Kelly too, and I don't know if anybody else had a chance to proctor and just watch the magic happen. It's a lot, and there's a lot of nervous energy in the air, but so much pride at the same time. And it was really touching to hear, the principal of Lake Forest tell the kids they love them, because some of these kids just need to hear that, and they just need to hear that they're loved and people are proud of them and to do their best. And for our administration, thank you for everything that you've done to try and get our kids back to where they were before the pandemic. So I'm so grateful for all of that, and just seeing that in action I think every board member should proctor EOGs. I think it's really powerful to watch and to see. And the retirement event, and thank you, Ms. Jackson, for all you've done with that, and just watching people who've celebrated. I think one was 39 years with Pitt County, which was, 39. I was just blown away at the amount of dedication and love for Pitt County schools. Just amazing. Over the weekend, I got a chance to go to Busch Gardens with EBA, Cox, CMEPS, and Pactolus. And J.H. Rose brought home lots of awards for music. So we have such incredible talent with music across our school systems, and that was really fun to watch. And I have to say, we were stopped at one of the vendors who grabbed my arm, and she said, "I don't know who you need to tell," and I was a little nervous. And she said, "These are the best behaved children." She said, "We see lots of kids come through this place, and they have all been so respectful and so wonderful." And she just kept telling me, she must have told several parents, and she wanted the superintendent to know, and the Board of Education to know, and all of the band directors and teachers to know. And so I just wanted to share that we have amazing, amazing kids, and they did such a beautiful job over the weekend. It's what you do when people aren't looking, right? So lots of integrity. Good luck for all the graduations, and thank you so much for everything that you've poured into our kids. And Karen, up until the very last second, nobody knows what you do and behind the scenes, and I just value you, and you're going to be great, Sarah. Thank you.
We all should be grateful for all the kids and the awards that we had tonight. And I know one part that stuck out to me was HOSA. My daughter and granddaughter were both a part of that. And those HOSA teachers, they focus on what those kids need to be successful. But not only that, I remember that the HOSA teacher that my daughter had, she was going through a tough time there, and she really built a relationship, went overboard in helping her succeed in what she did, and my daughter ended up getting the nursing scholarship for the state. And I owe it a lot to these teachers that supported her. Another thing, I think the STEM program is a great program, and especially when you have a K-5 and then you have the 6-8 when they feed right into a school that has that same program. And I really think that a lot of our schools need to take that into account. And that is, you could look at those kids at for example, at CMFs. I mean, they looked like they enjoyed learning. It was hands-on, it was critical thinking skills, and, you know, just sitting in a seat listening is not always the best way to learn. And I think that was great. And Karen, I want you to enjoy your retirement.
For 6 months.
Well, they saying only 6 months, but I say at least make it 8. And Dr. Link, I'm not gonna say anything about your retirement until that list is funded.
Yeah.
After that list is funded, then we'll talk about it.
Fund balance is going down.
Thank you, Rod. Melinda?
Thanks, Amy. First, I want to say thank you to the FFA students tonight. They did an amazing job, and it was nice to hear the pledge the way that my husband always says, "You're not supposed to pause. You're not supposed to pause."
That's right.
So that was kind of interesting. I was glad they pointed that out. Second, I want to say congratulations to robotics. Every time I see a robotics team, I think of my son, who is an engineer in South Carolina, and he never did the robotics team here, which I was sad. Of course, we didn't know at the time that he was going to go into engineering. But when he moved, we had this heavy piece of furniture that I bought, and I couldn't lift it, and he couldn't lift it by himself, and so he got a friend who just happens to live in the same town that he went to college in West Virginia with. And this kid had this little portable dolly to lift this piece, and I'm like, where'd you get that from? It was really cool. It was little compact, and he goes, oh, I was on the robotics team when I was in high school, and I never gave it back. You should have done robotics. That's a useful piece of equipment to have. But anyway, robotics is just, those kids amaze me, and I enjoy every time they come tonight, or like tonight. Congratulations to everybody that was here. Amazing awards. Lake Forest and Epps, I'm so proud of both of them.
Yeah.
Kim Harris is amazing. I know she has worked so hard at that school, and she is finally I feel like being rewarded for her work at that school. I'd like to say congratulations to the graduates that have already graduated and coming up. I will say also, I was at a meeting in Charlotte, I do want to say this, about 2 weeks ago, and I was talking to other board members across the state, and they cannot hold a candle to Pitt County. We are amazing. We are amazing when I hear them discuss what they're excited about, which is things that we've done for a long time, and we are so far advanced. So that was good to hear. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Linker and Karen, thank you for being so supportive as a board member. I mean, the past almost 8 years, both of you have been so helpful to me, and I wish you only great things on your retirement.
I really appreciate the people business comment that we had. And Worth, earlier you said that our kids have it in them. We need people to pour into them. And those two things are really, that's where my heart is with our kids, and making sure that they've got what they need. Thinking about all the wonderful things we celebrate. I think I've said this before. So much of it is extra, and I'm grateful to see how our teachers with our STEM schools are making some of the things that are so powerful, not the extra, but the norm of what every kid gets every day, all day. That they can have these great experiences and don't have to be necessarily part of some of the extra things for whatever reason. They're still getting, those important pieces of the education, and I really appreciate that. And we can certainly see that at Lake Forest and at Epps and how they're bringing that in with STEM. So let's see, EOG's proctoring, these. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't think that those tests accurately assess our children, and we've had a lot of those. I noticed that very much when we're proctoring and having to wake students up, and recognizing that some kids did really, really wonderfully, and some kids worked really hard and didn't get the scores that they were hoping for, and helping students recognize that they are not a test score. And I think that's really, really important and something we need to continue to do. Our schools are really good at that, and yet students still feel the pressure. And so continuing to encourage students to do their very best with the retests that are coming up. And we'll continue to have those conversations, Dr. Lassiter, and our legislators. Because not only do board members need to be proctoring, but I think every legislator needs to be proctoring, and everybody in DPI needs to be proctoring to see what our students are really doing in the schools. I also think that you can't go in the school and not want to do everything possible to make sure those students are successful. So I really, I love our schools so much. Summer's coming. We're all ready for summer, but the work doesn't stop in the summer. Our central office staff has a lot of work that they continue to do, and our teachers do. And I really encourage parents and families and camps to be reading with your children, and don't let don't just use tablets and all of the things. Like, continue to engage our students so that they're ready for next year and we can continue going. The work does not stop just because we get a little bit of a break, even though we will be hanging out at the pool some. So keep reading and keep utilizing all of these amazing resources and supports Pitt County has to offer. And if you don't know what they are, please reach out to us because we want to connect you for that. Thank you, Dr. Linker and Karen. I'm not going to say anything else. I just appreciate you. Thank you, Kelly. And what can I say? Everything was wonderful tonight, as always. I love seeing the robotics team. And Dr. Lincoln and I, while we were talking, he said, I try to make my kids do it. I said, me too. My kids love that stuff. They're all into technology, but mine are very shy. So they're like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go talk to people. And I'm like, if they would just get in there and do it, it would have been so different. But I couldn't convince mine to do that. So, but I love seeing the robotics team and seeing their different robots every year and what they do. It's just so neat to see. So I love all the stuff that we get to recognize every month for our students. I do agree with the ladies here about proctoring. It definitely gives you a good idea of what these kids go through and how long they have to sit there. I mean, these are young children, and to make them sit there and be quiet and test for that long and stare at these computer screens, it's no wonder some of them fall asleep. But I've prodded every year since my kids were little. This is the first year I did not. I took a little bit of a break myself, but it is definitely something everybody should do at some point. It's good to get in there and see what's going on and how they're actually done. So if you ever get a chance to do that and you haven't, please do that. Congratulations to all of our graduates. So this time of year always has a special place in my heart because I teach so many of our students through Pitt Community College. So a lot of them I get to see walk across the stage, and it's a great thing. So I always love taking pictures of my graduates and seeing them, and like a lot of them I don't know if they put the two together until they either see me in here or they see me on the stage and like, what is she doing up there? So I don't know. It's just sometimes it takes them a lot to make the connection, but it's always great to see the students up there, and I'm super excited about that process and getting to spend some time with my fellow colleagues here because we always get to know each other quite well. Those 2 days. I tell my husband, I'm only going to be home Thursday, so have fun this week because we're at graduations the rest of the week. So just pray for us as we go through all that too. It's a long week, but it's very rewarding. So, and of course, Dr. Linker and Karen and all those other wonderful people that have retired this year. We couldn't have done what we've done without you guys, and it just makes me sad to see all these great leaders just leaving us. And but we have great people coming up, so we're looking forward to all of that as well. And I know it's sometimes going to be scary having those big shoes to fill, but I know we're going to do great, and I know they've trained everyone well. So we're just going to keep this bus rolling, and we're going to keep making things great in Pitt County Schools. So thank you so much for everyone. And at this time, I'm going to take it over to Kelly to take us into closed session. I'm going to find my paper. Sorry. I think I lost it. Got it. I make a motion we go into closed session pursuant of General Statute 143.318.11 for the following purpose. Under subsection A3, to consult with our attorney to preserve the attorney-client privilege, to consider and give instruction concerning judicial actions titled Farrington and Malmrose v. City of Greenville and the Pitt County Board of Education, number 89PA22. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Worth. All right, all in favor, please raise your right hand. 8-0. We'll go to closed session.